Good morning, everyone. I'm back here again. I'm so exhausted. I didn't put on my makeup yet, so excuse me looking like a ghost. Packing some things to send off today. Either way, business hasn't been that good this week, which is shit. And then I had to deal with the fact that most international parcels are stuck at Heathrow Airport because they're not being put on any planes because there are no planes. Great, right? I was meant to shoot some stuff for Depop today, but the weather is so terrible. Like, I don't know if you can see how my background looks like right now. It's just great. I don't think there's, even if I open all the blinds, that doesn't absolutely change anything. So I honestly haven't been sleeping well at all. Oh my god, I need my coffee. Okay guys, it's time to make me look a bit more alive. I got this fun box from Mina. It's my favorite brand. I always talk about them, and they're kind enough to send me new stuff when it comes out, which is amazing. Now they've sent me some primers and a new eye color, so I'm gonna go for that today. It's kind of like a metallic pink anyways. Ooh, primer, or do I do? No, I already have face cream on, so let's go with the primer. I love a good primer. Okay guys, now that I'm looking a bit more alive, I'll tell you what I usually use like day to day. So I use a skin tint from Glossier. It's great because it's so light and it's actually quite moisturizing, and it gives you a bit of coverage. It kind of, because for me basically I don't need the coverage, I just need to even out my skin tone. So this is great. It's super quick to use, and that's what I do even when I'm at home, because it just makes you look a bit more alive in a sense. For concealers, now I'm using also the Glossier one, but my favorite one is the one from Tarte, the Shape Tape. It's just great, but I'm out of it, so I need to buy a new one. But obviously I'm not gonna buy a new one as long as I have this one to use, because I'm the kind of person that I don't like to buy any more beauty products than I need. For my brows, the best thing, it's kind of dupe of the Benefit kind of eyebrow something. Anyways, now that this is done, I'm gonna go try this out on my eyes. I don't know if I want to do like just a single line, or do I want to do a full eye. I'm not even sure if this color is gonna work for me, and that's always the scary thing with any eye colors. Like, I know I look good in like green, definitely, but with other colors it just like really depends. I would probably want it to be a bit more pink, because this is very like baby pink, and this is kind of more, this is a bit more like a rosy. Hello everyone, today again in my office I'm just packing up some orders for the courier today. It's a sunny day, so I think I'll take some photos, create some content, because that's a good day. And I'm gonna take Brittany for a walk in the garden because she's been a bit mad, so it will do her good to see a bit of nature. I'm absolutely dead. I'm suffering from like day 5 of the absolutely worst possible insomnia. As in, I'm extremely tired during the day, then I can't fall asleep at night. I printed myself those cute thank you cards, so now I add them. And I love it, so adorable. Looking a bit more alive now. I took some photos today. I feel, you know, when I'm stuck at home, sometimes I need to get a bit more creative, because obviously there's not a lot of work happening right now, any like creative stuff. So I feel I need to let go of my creativity through taking photos and just coming up with like new ideas. I always think it's fun. Also, I tried this today. This isn't chicken. Amazing. I don't even know how chicken tastes like anymore. Like, I didn't have chicken for who knows how long, but it's so good. And now I need to take my baby girl for a walk in the garden because I can't let her out alone, so you know, she needs a supervised outing, and she's crying here. So the DIY of the week is candle making. So basically I bought myself off Amazon like the cheapest like candle making kit. Basically the reason why I'm doing it is because I'm obsessed with candles, and you know how always with the candles you get the wax at the bottom even when the wick burns out. So what I do, I keep the wax. Sometimes I put into a jar like this, just because I don't want to waste it, you know. Like, I'm basically gonna get free candles right now because I kept the wax. I always scrape the wax out, and I keep the jars because obviously I can reuse them to make new candles. Today I think I'll start with doing this one. I feel everyone will have a different method for getting the wax out of the jars, but I always just put hot water into like a bowl, and then what I do, I just put the jar into the hot water like that. I don't know if you can see that. And I wait like 30 seconds. Then I get a spoon. When I have the spoon, I just, you know, just scoop it out. So ready? Yep. And I scoop it out. And then I put it into my jar with all the wax. So this one is ready. And then we still have this one. And this one. So many candles, I'm obsessed. So my candle number 1 is in the making. I still have some wax heating up just to fill in, so just so that it's, you know, to the top. And if there's any wax left over, I'm just gonna pour it to one of those. But I'm really happy for now. Like, basically out of all the leftover candles, I managed to get one full quite big candle and probably start another one. So that's pretty cool. My candle is such a success. I mean, it's the first time I made it, but it's such an easy thing. I just don't know why I didn't do it before, because it's like the most obvious thing you can do with leftover wax. It's snowing! Oh my god. I know probably where most of you come from, snow is a normal thing, but in London we have snow approximately once every 4 years, so that's a big deal. I already went outside, took Brittany for a walk because obviously the curiosity was killing her. So we've done that, but it's so nice. I love how it's snowing and we have our palm trees here. This is like the best thing ever. The weather today is so lovely. The snow hasn't yet melted fully. It's probably gonna melt soon with the sun, but it's so pretty. And I love the fact that we have a palm tree and a bigger palm tree. It's sunny and then there's snow. It's such a funny thing. Today I've been taking a bit of care of the plants because they haven't been in the best shape. We had an infestation of those tiny black flies and I'm trying to sort that out. Also, my aloe was on a shelf and it couldn't grow up, so now it's a bit, you know, crooked and it's kind of breaking apart, so I need to kind of sort that out. I just had an idea that I'm going to use those candle holders for now to kind of lift it up, at least partially, until I find like a stick to, you know, help it out. Like, oh, this even fell out. It's just those leaves are now so sensitive, I'm scared to touch them. Oh, this broke. Fantastic. I mean, it kind of works. Not really, but you know, it'll do the job for now. I mean, I'm not using the dining table, so they can just, you know, be here. In terms of what I'm doing today, it's just a nice day, so I'm taking photos because like basically my routine is kind of divided into cloudy days and sunny days. And cloudy days I do my Depop stuff and I do any YouTube relevant filming, because if the sun is really intense, the light tends to change quite a bit and then it's really hard for me to edit the video to make it look consistent. It literally looks like I've been filming over like 10 days. So I started the day with something easy. Basically I'm taking shots for Instagram, but that's for my shop, so all the vintage bits. I already took a couple, but you know, once a week I like to just like create stuff and do flat lays. This is not actually happening, I have to change that, but you guys stopped me midway in a sense, so that's kind of just like my setup. I also shoot my Depop here, so it is a bit of a mess because, you know, I'm just like getting stuff out. So usually I just do those flat lays. This was actually for my vintage shop, but now I brought some discos out and I'm gonna do a similar thing with the magazines because it's important to, you know, produce content with the magazines themselves in shots to remind people that, hey, we're a magazine, we have a print issue, you know, all that sort of stuff. And the thing is, I'm usually very lazy when it comes to any kind of marketing and, you know, strategizing and all that sort of stuff. But I mean, this year now, because I quit my full-time job, I'm kind of, you know, more aware of that, in a sense that, you know, this is not my full-time job and I really need to put, you know, like 300% of my efforts into it. I'm really trying to push everything that I have been doing previously just to another level and kind of see where it takes me. And surprisingly, like, since I started, we had like a big boom of sales when it comes to the discos, so now we kind of have a bit more motivation to, you know, maybe do an issue 3, but obviously it involves a lot of costs. In a sense, you know, the cost of printing is fine because we are able then to make enough money to cover it. But when it comes to shoots, because obviously we need to book out a studio, sometimes there are props, you have to cover travel for people. For the disco, I always use different kind of like backgrounds that we usually had for shoots, and then I reuse them as just backdrops, you know, and then obviously all of the sunglasses, the really great props. But yeah, this is what I do on my shoot days. So basically I cover 3 businesses in one day. Back to procrastination. Enjoying a bit of cuddles. So you guys know how much I hate this table. This is something that we got from IKEA when I moved to London, and you know, it was a cheap thing to get. It also kind of worked as storage, but obviously, as you know, as I get older, my tastes change just a bit. So it doesn't really fit my style or the room, and it's, you know, I'm not going to store anything in there because I just don't need the space, and it just looks a bit nasty whenever you put anything there. So for now, I covered this weird thing here with the books to make it look a bit nicer, with those like bubbly candles. So for now it's okay. I still would like to get a nicer coffee table, like a wooden one or a glass one, something really nice, but it's just too damn expensive. But I think just this whole idea of adding books is making it, you know, a bit nicer. Since I'm in a good mood, I thought I'll do another DIY today. Not a big deal. So I think I showed on my Instagram that I had this old like mirror that was left over by the previous tenants. So what I thought I would do is paint over it. I had an idea to kind of maybe do like a fringe with those like crystals, kind of like a cowboy fringe, but then I was like, I don't know how it's gonna look. I kind of tried a couple of options without doing anything. I just wasn't sold on the idea. So what I thought I'll do is that I'll paint it. I don't even know what color it's, and I'll just do like a wavy pattern, so like 2 colors. Hello. For now I just did 1 layer, so it's not very even because I didn't bother with sanding down the edges because I'm lazy. And I think the idea is that I'll paint this purple, and after I'm done with this, I want to do like bits on the glass, like kind of half circles here in a different color on the actual glass. So we'll see how that goes. I'll let it dry and then we'll get back. So as an update, this is kind of what I'm doing. It's not going to be even, but I don't really care, you know? I just kind of want something fun. And the good thing about the acrylic paint is that it can be wiped off if I don't like it, so. Okay guys, dinner tonight, it's a pesto from spinach, rocket, walnuts, garlic, squeeze of lemon, salt, that's it. And I also added half an avocado just to make it a bit more creamy, you know, and have a nice consistency. Going for fancy pasta today, none of that cheap penne or spaghetti. Doing something wild, or maybe do I actually want cheap spaghetti? I think I actually want cheap spaghetti. Okay, this will happen some other time maybe.
Hi, sweetheart. You ready for a fun day?
That's so sweet.
It's for you.
Good morning. It's a new day, and I'm not shooting anything today. I'm just kind of, you know, ticking off stuff on my to-do lists, which I haven't done for a while. So it's basically kind of an easygoing day, but I dressed up. I just went for this dress that I have for this month from On Loan. So it's like a rental service for clothes. Vous en avez?
Vous en avez?
Vous en avez?
Tell her, I have enough, or I have enough of it.
J'en ai assez.
J'en ai assez. Si, ça suffit.
Ça suffit.
Ça suffit.
Ça suffit.
50.
50.
50.
50.
51.
51. I also finished my mirror finally. It was actually super quick to do. I mean, apart from the fact that I had to wait for layers to dry, it took me like maybe half an hour to do it. I just used regular acrylic paint. This is just like regular paint, while the peachy thing is actually wall paint, which I also think is acrylic. But I just had some leftovers, so I thought I'm gonna use it, and I don't really know where to put it. It looks very fun. I love it. It doesn't look that DIY from far. It's only like when you look up close that you can see it's like, you know, acrylic paint, but otherwise it's quite cool. I just need to find a nice place for it now, but I'm so pleased with myself. Oh my god, so cool. So I was thinking that maybe I should put it in the middle here of the arch. I'm not sure, I kind of like the arch as it is, but this is kind of like a good place for a mirror in a sense. So this is option number 1. You need to really help me out because now that I'm alone, I have no one to ask. I thought it also could be kind of cool on the doors. Okay guys, that's it for today's vlog. I'll see you soon in the next one. Enjoy the rest of your day, morning, evening, night.